Is the insanity defense an affirmative defense? Imagine being accused of a crime but claiming that your mental state made you unable to understand what you were doing. That's where the insanity defense comes into play. It is a legal strategy used in criminal cases to argue that the defendant should not be held fully responsible for their actions. Now, you might wonder, is this a simple defense? Not quite. It is actually an affirmative defense, which means the defendant admits they committed the act but claims they should not be punished because of their mental condition. In legal terms, an affirmative defense shifts some of the burden to the defendant. They need to prove they were legally insane at the time of the crime. This is different from other defenses that simply deny the act or argue there was no intent. When someone claims the insanity defense, they are saying they knew what they were doing but lacked the mental capacity to understand that it was wrong or to control their actions. To use this defense successfully, the defendant usually undergoes mental health evaluations. Experts like psychologists or psychiatrists assess whether the person had a mental illness that impaired their judgment during the crime. If the evidence shows they were indeed legally insane, the court may find them not guilty by reason of insanity. This doesn't mean they go free forever. Often, they are committed to a mental health facility for treatment instead of prison. It's important to note that the insanity defense is not used often. It has a high bar because the defendant must prove they were legally insane at the time of the crime. This is a tough standard to meet, and the stigma around mental illness can make it even more complicated. Still, it remains a valid and recognized legal strategy in criminal defense. So, to answer the question directly, yes, the insanity defense is an affirmative defense. It involves admitting the act but claiming that mental illness made the defendant not fully responsible. Understanding this helps in grasping how criminal defense strategies work and how outcomes can vary based on mental health evidence.